Hello guys, welcome to the second practical inside of our introduction to statistical analysis with Python series. So in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and look at how we can simply go ahead and look at how let's actually see how we can draw a different background. So that this is a question that we have, and you're going to simply learn the concept that we need to solve this individual question, this specific question. So we have the question: create a bar graph, right, or a bar chart, whatever you call it, to compare the different categories values from the housing column or the variable, the feature in the credit data set that we have. So that's the question that you're going to go ahead and try to solve. So let's look at what we need to study in order to solve that question. So a bar graph represents categorical data with a rectangular bars with the height or the length proportional to the values that are present for each category respectively. So they are mainly used for comparison. So bar graphs can be used for comparison to compare different categories that are within a given column. So one axis shows the specific category being compared, and the other axis represents the discrete values of that category, like 10, 20, just a number. Okay, so that's basically it. So now let's look at the solution and how we can go ahead and solve the question that we have here, which tells us to calculate to create a bar graph that is going to compare values inside of the housing data set. So that's basically what you're going to go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and see the solution to this question. Yeah, so here I am in the Jupyter notebook that we have created. So in here I'm going to simply go ahead and create a text cell, and I'm going to simply call this let me just call it a chart cell. So I'm going to say chart, and then this is going to be chart bar chart rather. So my bar, so it's going to be bar and then chart. So great. So once I have that, I'm simply going to press shift and enter on my keyboard to run that, or you can just press the play button to run it. Okay, so inside of here, so once I have that text cell created, below inside of this code cell, I'm going to go ahead and simply plot the bar graph to compare the different categories inside of our housing column. So if you look here, we have a category called housing right here. I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm going to go down here and use it here. So I'm going to simply import the following libraries. I need to import a couple of libraries to begin with. So I need to import Matplotlib. So I'm going to go up here, and in Python, it's a good convention to keep all your imports in the very first cell. So I'm going to say import matplotlib pyplot as plt, just like that, and simply run this. So once we have this running, I'm going to scroll to the bottom right here, and in here I'm going to go ahead and simply use that to create the bar graph that you are interested in. So I'm going to do a plt I'm going to create a figure. So I'm going to go ahead and specify the fig size, and the fig size is going to be a tuple of the following. So it's going to be a 6 by 6 tuple, means 6 for the I think 6 is for the rows, and another one is for the columns, okay, of how big the graph is. So I'm going to say df, and I'm going to go ahead and access the housing column. I already told you how to access a given column. So the name of the data frame, which is this variable that we use to read data frame, and then square brackets, and inside the square bracket writing a string, and then the name of the column in which you are interested in accessing. So I'm going to go ahead and get the value counts, and I'm going to plot this using a bar chart. So I'm going to say value underscore counts, and then I'm going to say plot, and then this is going to say I'm going to pass in kind, which kind of plot, and I want a bar plot. So just like that. Once I have that, I'm going to simply do a plt. I'm going to give it a title, and the title is just going to be the following. So I'm going to say housing, it's going to be housing I'm going to say housing categories bar chart, okay, just like that. So housing category bar charts, just like that. Bar chart and not bar charts, okay, let me just keep it that. Okay, so once I have this, I can do plt show to show that information which I'm interested in. So I can go ahead and simply press shift and enter on my keyboard, or press the play button to run it. So once I have that done, you can see we have the bar chart being plotted here. So you can see the houses in which the categories is on, right, is leading, and then we have the rent the second one, and then finally the free category is the last one for the housing column. So that's how you can simply give observations from this data that we have. Yeah, so that's basically how you can simply plot a simple bar chart using Matplotlib in Pandas, in Python. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's go back to the slide and see which assignment I have for you guys, so that you guys can begin to work on that assignment. And if you want the solution to this assignment, is going to be in this Jupyter note, in this collab notebook, and the link to this notebook is going to be in the description of the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and simply show you the assignment that I'm going to give to you. So now that you have looked at the solution of how to draw a bar chart, so now let's look at the assignment which I want to give to you guys so that you guys can practice, because you don't learn much if you don't practice anything. So using the savings account column that we have in our data frame, I want you to go ahead and create a bar chart to understand the saving column, saving accounts variable, and give 3 major observations from that. So I want you to write for me the observations that you see just for practice. So plot the graph using a bar chart and then state just 3 observations below it that you have observed from the graph. So that's basically it. So in the next row we'll go into the part 3 and we'll look at practical 3, and we'll cover let's look at what you're going to cover in that section. And that's what you're going to go ahead and cover how to deal with histograms in practical 3. So yeah guys, if you're new to the channel, please kindly consider subscribing, liking this video, and sharing this content with anyone who you think might find it helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep safe.